What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. My name is FPL Johnny, and today we're going to be talking about the best budget players to have in FPL. With squad building back in full swing, budget options are key to unlocking those premium picks. And in this video, we'll go through every position: goalkeeper, defender, midfielders, and forwards, focusing specifically on players at the lower end of the price range who could offer great value to the team. If you're new here, please like and subscribe, as we will be covering FPL content all season long. There's a lot to cover, so let's get into it, starting on with the goalkeepers. Let's begin with the 4 million goalkeepers. These guys are long shots, but they could definitely pay off. Kingsley at Spurs is worth mentioning. If he ends up starting over Vicario, you'll get a nailed-on keeper from a top 6 side based at base price, which is gold. Darlow at Leeds is another great potential starter. He finished last season as the first choice, and although Leeds are looking for a new keeper, if nobody comes in before the deadline, he could keep his spot. At 4.5 million, there's options to open. Petrovic at Bournemouth stands out. Their defensive numbers last season were surprisingly solid, and while they've lost a few defenders, Petrovic is likely to be the number one. His opening fixture is tough against Liverpool, but things look better from Gameweek 2 onward. Also at this price, Kelleher at Brentford and Verbergen at Brighton are pretty good standout goalies. Kelleher should be the number one at Brentford, who are quite sturdy on defense. Verbergen is expected to keep his job at Brighton. These two will definitely rotate nicely, so if you want to pair the two 4.5 million keepers, this duo might be your best bet. Outside picks include Areola at West Ham and Jose Sa at Wolves, but they're lower priority compared to the three I just mentioned. Now moving on to the defenders, starting with the 4.0 enablers. There are two clear options. Goodmanson at Leeds is expected to start the season at left back. For a base price defender, that's hard to ignore. Esteve at Burnley is another potential starter. He should begin the season in the starting 11 unless Burnley make late defensive signings. Again, don't expect too much here. They're mainly bench covers, but both could get minutes early on. At 4.5, we got several decent options. Chris Richards at Palace is one of the best value defenders in this bracket. He offers a small goal threat, but decent potential bonus. And Wan-Bissaka, now at West Ham, is in a very attacking role under Graham Potter. He has the most attacking returns in the bracket last season. Ezri Konsa is nailed at Villa. Not much attacking-wise, but solid for clean sheets. Udogie at Spurs was very attacking last season, and he's looking sharp in preseason, more nailed on than pro, I believe. De Koopler at Brighton has excellent attacking stats from his time in the Belgian league. If he starts regularly, he could be a gem. Joachim Anderson is boring, but he could be very reliable. Solid bonus points, magnet, and nailed on Palace's back line for sure. Patrick Udogie on Man United could be another solid option, and his underlying attacking numbers were great. He is a rotation risk under Ruben Amorim, though, but he is worth watching. And finally, Trafford is another one to monitor. An attacking fullback with good energy, but the minutes could definitely be a concern early on. Now we'll move on to the midfielders. There's a lot to cover in this bracket, starting with the 4.5 mids. The standout is Aaron Ramsey. He's a starter when fit, and Burnley's midfield isn't stacked. So if he can stay healthy, he might be your best pick in this price range. Just be cautious of his fitness record, though. At 5 million, we have a couple of solid options here. Carlos Baleba at Brighton looks to be a regular feature in the midfield. He's more defensive but could offer solid 2-point returns when called upon. Warden at Crystal Palace is another one. He is expected to start and offer some ball-winning ability, though not much attacking upside, however. At 5.5 million, Anderson at Forest is probably your safest pick. He'll get through a ton of work and occasionally pop up with returns. Caicedo at Chelsea has a similar profile, hardworking, defensively sound, and fairly nailed from Maresca. Adengra is more of an attacking option and has now moved to Sunderland, where he is expected to be the main creative threat. Reinders at City has decent potential. He has strong numbers last season in Milan, but he's playing a deeper role now and could be a rotation risk under Pep. At 6 million, we've got a few intriguing names. Callum Hudson-Odoi could be a valuable pick if he locks into the starting spot. Damsgaard at Brentford is expected to get more minutes now that Jensen has left the club. Yakuba Meta is a flair player for Brighton. He is very attacking, but not guaranteed to start every game, however. Now let's move on to the 6.5 mids, where most of the excitement lies. Ismail Assar for Crystal Palace is a very strong pick. Pacey, direct, and very involved going forward. Enzo Fernandez for Chelsea takes most of the set piece, which gives him added appeal. Kudus at Spurs is a high-volume shooter with strong attacking stats. From his time at West Ham, he was definitely a goal-scoring player, and at Spurs, we could definitely see more under Thomas Frank with him. Iliman Ndiaye is on penalties for Everton and looks like a regular starter. We should be seeing attacking returns from him. Declan Rice and Alex Iwobi are both nailed and consistent, though their attacking upsides could be limited. Cairo Matoma is well known for his flair and dribbling, but his underlying data hasn't been that great from last season, so he's definitely one to watch. Ryan Cherky from Lyon is definitely a talent, no doubt. However, he could struggle for minutes under Pep's rotation. Rodri is super nailed and can get an odd attacking return, but he's more on a floor pick than a ceiling pick for sure. And finally, we have Amad Diallo, an exciting player with flair, but just like Cherky, there's a lot of uncertainty over his minutes. Now let's move on to the forwards here. Starting with the very bottom at 4.5 million. At that price, Copley Jr. is the main standout. He is only 18, but had a brilliant season in League 2 last year. He had loaded potential, but not guarantees of constant minutes early on. He's more of a long-term punt or bench enabler than a Gameweek 1 starter. At 5 million, Nemeka is one to keep an eye on. He hasn't been a major goal threat historically, but if he's nailed down as a regular role in the attack, he could be one of the better valuable picks in this price range. Moving up to 5.5 million, there are a few viable options here. Mainda could be a sneaky budget pick if he breaks into the starting lineup. He's shown flashes of attacking threat and could benefit from a breakthrough season. Perron has proven goal-scoring ability in the championship and should get decent minutes if he does stay fit. Beto is a physical presence up front for Everton, and he could be nailed, depending on Everton's setup. Not a flashy pick, but capable of chipping in with goals. At 6 million, things get definitely a bit more interesting here. Volkrug for West Ham finished last season as a starter. Could offer real value, especially with the Gameweek 1 fixture against Sunderland. Igor Thiago was signed to be the Tony replacement at Brentford. Now back from injury, if he locks into the striker role, he could be a huge differential. Barry is another face to watch. Low ownership, but if he does get minutes, he's a budget-friendly option for a stronger team. Then, at the 6.5 million spot, there are two solid options here. Danny Welbeck for Brighton is always a rotation risk, but delivers when he is fit. If he starts regularly, he can be a great short-term pick for sure. And finally, we have Strand Larson for Wolves. He is a bit of a wild card, new to the league, but with the strong underlying stats abroad, if he adjusts quickly, he could be an under-the-radar gem. Thank you for watching this video, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on with the next video.